Welcome to the other show on Adoatv with me, your host, Ash Carlos. You know, when we talk about the other show, it is about fashion, it is about lifestyle, it is about entertainment. Now, before I introduce you to what we are doing on today's episode, let's first talk about a new segment we are introducing on the show. This segment will take you around Accra, resorts, beaches, pubs, just mentioned. And then the interesting part of this all is that we will give you the budget you should go with, and a fine gentleman, undiluted white man, is hosting this segment. So watch out for this new segment on the show, and then my new co-host too. Now, if you're out there and you have a pub, you have a hotel, you manage a resort, and you want to be on this segment, do all to call the numbers on the screen for more details. Now, let's go on what we are doing on today's episode. Today is about Accra Fashion Week, the biggest fashion show in the country that has been going on for some years now. Now, we would like to know how this year's fashion show is going to be like. So stay with me, don't go anywhere. We will go on a quick time. When we come back, the show continues. X Mineral Water and Vena Mineral Water is making this possible. The name is Ash Carlos right here.
Announcements on Adoatv. Contact Adoatv for your general announcements, proclamations and publications, job vacancies, etc. at a very affordable rate. Call 050-92-57754, 020-9494-258, or visit our marketing desk at Stepwork Premises. Adoatv, bringing good things to life.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying, so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with Rwandair today. Rwandair, the safest airline in Africa.
Rwandair, fly the dream of Africa.
Welcome from the commercial break, and thanks for being with us. If you just joined us, this is the other show on Adoatv with me, your host, Ash Carlos. As I said in my intro, with me here is the organizer for the biggest fashion show in Ghana, and you will agree with me, yes, Accra Fashion Show, and he will introduce himself better to you. Welcome to the other show on Adoatv, sir.
All right, thanks for having me. So yes, I'm the organizer of Accra Fashion Week, which is being put together by our organization Fashion Ghana. It's a media house we started in 2012, where we wanted to make sure we document the fashion activities going on in Ghana, because we had so much history that was continuously being lost. So we started blogging, selling clothes online.
Excuse me, I'm not cutting you short, but kindly mention your name, like we would want to know you by name.
So my name is Nana Tamaklo, founder of Fashion Ghana. I'm also a blogger and also on top the director of Accra Fashion Week. So picking off where I left off, we've been blogging about Ghanaian fashion for years. We kicked off Accra Fashion Week in 2016. The main aim was that we had been seeing fashion shows in Ghana for years, but we wanted to bring a fashion show that had a more business edge, where there's more trading going on, there's more international recognition. People actually get to know the brands, and we try and set standards that can be compared to what we see in America and Europe and that sort. Yeah.
That's nice, very impressive. I mean, I've been following it for a while, and I must say, I'm applauding you. I'm really applauding you. You're doing well. But how will you say Ghanaians, do you think Ghanaians have come to accept Accra Fashion Week? Are you meeting your expectations?
I think Ghanaians are in the process of accepting it. I think mostly the Westerners are accepting it more. I think with Ghana, we're still facing the battle. Our designers are facing the battle competing with foreign goods and what have you, as well as just tailors who are not sort of brands. So I think we're now in that transition, moving from wearing anything that was made by a random tailor to appreciating our brands. I think it started in very close circles, but I think it's expanding more and more, where very soon it's going to be public, that everyone's going to be calling out our brand names, like how we have the Gucci's and the Versace's and what have you. I think very soon, in a matter of maybe a couple of years, we are going to see our whole cities flooded with our own brands.
Interesting. The name is Accra Fashion Week. Is it for designers within Accra, or someone from Kumasi, someone from my hometown, Gulu? That's nodding. Can pass it.
It's for someone from Ghana, it's for someone from USA, it's from someone from Germany. The objective is that it's Accra Fashion Week because we're trying to say, come and make this a business hub for yourself. Okay. So where we want to bring in all the people who are interested in fashion, from the tailors to the designers to the boutiques to the stores to the traders, the whole fashion sector. So we want to say this is our fashion week. This is our time where we come and do business and group with each other. And if you're a foreigner and you're interested in doing business, whether you are come to buy and ship outside or whether you want to come and enter the Ghanaian market, this is the location for you.
Impressive. Before we come back to what's going to happen this year, let's talk a bit about 2020. Okay. I mean, because of COVID-19, it didn't take place it took place, but virtually. How did it go? Were there disappointments? Did you meet it? We would like to know about all that.
I think the 2020 was one of the best experiences we did for our fashion week. We did a virtual show. And it was a chance for us to take things from a different angle. And even with that, we still came very new. We shot it at the Black Star Square, and then we also shot it at the Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum. So what it is it's like a fashion show with no audience. The models were dressed up and they walked up and down, and then we have a camera filming all the clothes, because despite COVID or the pandemic, people were still going to work, people were still buying clothes, fashion didn't stop. So we did that, and it was a very great experience. It helped boost our YouTube channel to receiving over 4 million views, and it brought a whole new audience to our fashion week. In fact, we wanted to make this year part virtual and part a real show, but there wasn't enough time to compile the virtual videos. So 2020 opened new doors for Accra Fashion Week.
Impressive. I remember interviewing one fashion designer, Royal Kuto.
Yeah.
You know about her?
I've heard of her. Yeah. She does bridal type. Yeah.
Yes, and she was supposed to join 2020 before the pandemic took place. So, and she really spoke highly about the show. Oh, now, let's talk about how you get designers on board.
Yeah.
How are you able? Do you register them? What are the processes for bringing these designers on board?
Well, one thing is we want the show to be worthwhile to the audience, so we look for people who are already doing business. Are you are people buying your stuff? You know, we can't have someone who's just now experimenting and has just come from school, because there are people in the audience who are looking for designers to wear, and sometimes when they see unprofessionalism, it turns them off. However, we don't specify what type of designer you should be, because we want to open up for creativity. Some designers are very culturally rooted in their design. Some are trying to do things like the West. Some are urban. Some are high fashion. Some are African print. Some are normal fabric. So once we just know that you have some sort of professionalism to what you're doing, it's open for you to register. And when you come on board, obviously there's a registration fee. Then we can either segment you to the new brands or to the professional designers. But we don't want to limit people's creativity, whether you're using whatever fabrics or what market you're targeting.
Okay. Will it be fine for me to ask how much the registration fee is?
Yes, it's fine for you to ask. It's online. It's for the professional designers. It's 2,500 cedis. Even though we feel we should increase it, but modestly, it's 2,500 cedis. And for the new brands, depending on the type of new brand you are, whether you're a student or just a new brand, it ranges between 800 to 1,500.
Okay, so after registration, what does a designer stand to gain? 2,500, and you are even looking at increasing it, right?
Yeah.
So what does a designer stand to gain after registration?
Okay, so with us, we make sure we put a lot of valid benefits to it. One of the first things as a designer when you register on Accra Fashion Week is we create a page for you on our website, which has links to all your social media, your biography, your CEO, everything. It's technically like having a one-page website, which technically you'd be paying between 2,000 to 3,000 for already. If your clothes are ready to wear, you have access to sell online at our shop. So we have people who go to the Accra Fashion Week, they like a designer, they like what they put on the runway, and they can just buy it. So we've got people like clients previously from Portugal, Spain, UK, USA, buying clothes that have already been on Accra Fashion Week. If you went to any web designer and decided to ask them to do a e-commerce website for you, you're probably looking at 5,000 cedis or more. When you do the show, you also get your images, you get your video put together. Again, that's another cost ranging 3,000 or more. We also, obviously, there's promotion on our social media platforms. And once we build a relationship with you at the event, then anything you do after the event, we sort of promote it. Like maybe you release a collection, or maybe you launch your store or something, we promote it on our media. So there's a lot of things that we do for the designers. If they're fairly lacking some knowledge, we have some documents to for you to improve your business. So that's why I said the thing with Accra Fashion Week is what we're trying to do is we're trying to take it a step further from just doing a show where people come and enjoy themselves and go home, to getting people orchestrated in their own business and what have you. So there's probably a lot more things that I've even forgot to mention.
Interesting. There is more to ask on the show, but of course we'll have to thank our sponsors for making this possible. So let's take a quick turn. When we come back, the show continues. X Mineral Water and Vena Mineral Water is making this possible. So this is the Isla Show. The name is Ash Kalis.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying, so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with RwandAir today. RwandAir, the safest airline in Africa.
RwandAir, fly the dream of Africa.
Welcome from the commercial break and thanks for being with us. If you just joined us, this is the other show on Adoatv, and with me here is the organizer, the master brain behind Accra Fashion Week, and we've been having discussions on his previous shows, and now we would like to know what 2021 is going to be like. Welcome once again.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so I'll start by asking you, have you so far had any international designers coming on board?
For 2021, yes.
Your previous.
Oh yeah, we've had lots of, most of our events usually have about 10 designers from different countries. In fact, in 2017, we had 30 different countries participating. So we do usually Nigeria, USA, the obvious UK, Cote d'Ivoire, South Africa. We've had lots of different countries participate, yeah.
Interesting. So let's come to this year's edition. How are preparations going so far?
Perfect.
So do you have your designers on board already,
Yes.
or you're now registering them?
Yeah, so we have our designers and the schedule is already out. If people want to see the list of the designers, they can go to www.accrafashionweek.org/schedule. You'll see everything. We have a model competition. As far as international designers goes, we have Clavon from USA, Dimash from USA, we have In Paris Moda from Germany, Anik Couture from Gambia. There are more countries, but so we've got quite a few, and then we've got a good number of designers from Ghana as well.
Interesting. How you are talking about everything, there is a saying that there are actually challenges in everything, but you're just talking about everything like smoothly. You've not had challenges. Everything is just flowing. Am I right?
Accra Fashion Week started with too many challenges. So now, like, the challenges that we have now is part of the road. You know, we started with other shows that, you know, we were initially going to do it in March when we started in 2016. So we prepared everything for March, but before we made it public, we decided to change it to October. So we had almost half a year worth of promotion because all the promotional materials were set because we were going for March. So we were promoting for almost a year, and I think quite a number of event organizers were kind of, hey, we have to stop this before it's born. So it started with heavy challenges. So it's part, you know. But everything is going smoothly so far. Like, there's still challenges. You know, you're going to have this headache from this venue, this headache from someone in your production, this headache from this, you know, it's part of it, you know.
I know you already mentioned that anyone who wants to see the lineup can visit a website to do that. But for the average Ghanaian at home who is not used to this website, and are we looking forward to see more of foreign designers coming in? You know, like, we have to sell Ghana globally.
I mean, we have more Ghanaian designers than foreign designers, if that's what you're asking. Yeah, we have more. The website is just a good place to put a schedule, because if there are any changes, maybe a designer cannot showcase, or we want to move something in the schedule, we can do it to a website. If you print the whole schedule on flyers and you make changes, someone is going to be arriving at 3 o'clock when you've changed things to 7 o'clock, you know. So the website is a good place, you know, people go there, register as well. So if there are any changes, you get an alert on your phone or your email about these changes,
Okay. I know you have so many designers on board, but can you remember one or two designers, like, let's say, the top-notch designers you've had on your show?
It's a bit hard to say who is a top-notch designer, because you can have someone who can be very popular here and then, you know, maybe their business is limited. You can have someone who is not so popular, but for example, like Yvonne X is a designer. I don't know if you've heard of her. Yeah, okay, so she might not be popular in every circle, but she's one of the only Ghanaian designers to have a shop in Liberia, a shop in Sierra Leone, a shop in Nigeria, and she opened a shop in USA until the pandemic came and she had to close it.
Interesting.
Yeah, but people won't know that, you know, so in Ghana there's a lot of misconceptions about who and what a top designer is, but, you know, we've got Yvonne X, we've also got Style by McBride. She's a new designer and she's winning many awards and dressing a lot of celebrities. We've got Bushai Weave, who's one of the top menswear designers in Ghana. We've got Black and Famous, who they're usually using Bolare and Kojo Jones as their models. You know, how many designers get to do that? Then we've got some of the classics like Nalem Clothing. You're aware of Nalem Clothing? You're right. One of the biggest chain stores in Ghana. There's Eccentric Clothing, who used to be one of the top brands back in the days, but then he took a break with his designing and he's making a reintroduction at Accra Fashion Week. So there are a lot of big names. I'm sure some of them are going to be angry I didn't mention them, but there are a lot of big names on the show.
I mean, we are not doing this according to any particular order.
Yes,
we are just
no.
mentioning random names. So, of course. So, I want to ask, you've had previous editions, which you've even had, you had a virtual one.
Yeah.
How is 2021 going to be different?
2021 is going to be explosive because this is our 5th anniversary. You know, this is 5 years. This is 5 years of jumping over all the challenges and all the organization and the people not wanting us to happen, and then also the successes, the barriers we've broken. 4 million views on YouTube. I mean, this is not just a barrier we've broken for fashion. This is a barrier, period, that you won't find from VGMAs to any other event. You won't find any Ghanaian event that has surpassed 4 million views. We've also been able to bring 30 countries to Ghana, which we did in 2017. There's a lot of things that we've done that is literally, you know, a milestone. Yeah. You know, so this is our time to celebrate that. We're using 2 different venues. One is the Memory Art Park Lane, where we're going to have a very creative, green, serene type of setup. Then we're also using Ghana Dubai. I don't know if you're aware of it. It's like at the circle roundabout. It's got the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial statue. It's got waterfalls that light up different colors. You know, so we're using 2 locations on a Sunday. So the only difference is that would be one of the first things we're about to do this year, using 2 different locations. But it's going to be an explosive experience. Like, people are going to come and see certain things that they didn't. I mean, we're having a plus-size swimwear show as well. So, you know, where we have plus-size models.
My producer will fit in.
Really?
That,
okay,
yes.
okay. If she's ready to let it hang and walk the runway, we'd be more than glad to have her on board.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been having discussions. We've spoken about designers.
Yeah.
We've spoken about organizers, and we can't be fair. We are being unfair to the models, actually. So when I came in, I saw a very cute lady, like very slim, and then I was like, no. As soon as I saw her, I was like, no, this girl should be a model. Do you have specific models you work with, or?
I mean, we have a type of model we work with, and I'll come back to that. You know, the lady who was working at the office is a model that is actually on the show, and she was in a situation and she asked if there's any job opportunities for her, and we said, okay, we're heading towards Accra Fashion Week. If you want to do some 1 or 2 things, you know.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, but for models, we don't like to pick particular individual and build relationships with them, because that was one of the problems that I saw when I started doing the events, and I was looking at the fashion shows before us. It's like you're seeing fashion shows with models who it's obvious their time has expired, you know, but it's like the designers and the event organizers cannot say no because they've had that long relationship with them. So we don't work with models based on relationship. We do a casting, you come in, if you have the look, you're on the show. If you don't have the look, it's not about whether you are a friend or not. So we usually go for, I mean, we do expand and we do different shows. Like I said, we'll have a plus-size show. But at the same time, we usually try to have standards that if someone is in Germany, West, UK, USA, they can look at what we're doing and compare it and say this is easily as the standards of what they're doing over there. Obviously, our women are a little bit curvier, but we still try. Yeah, even our slim models are not slim. To them. So that's how we go about with our models. Yeah.
Interesting. Now, let's talk a bit about the fashion industry in Ghana.
Yeah.
since you are an organizer of a very big fashion show like that, you should know more about the fashion industry. What will you say about our fashion industry?
I think our fashion industry is like an untapped gold mine. It's like everyone in the industry knows that it's got a lot of worth. I think people outside of it don't know, but the people inside know that it's got a lot of worth that hasn't blown up. Sort of like how we see where Ghanaian music is now, but if we go back 6 years ago or more, it wasn't, it was just like amongst ourselves. And I think people in the fashion industry know, which is a good thing, but then the bad thing is that everyone now wants to be that person that spearheads it. So instead of saying, hey, look, we can all be cool and we can all, there's a lot of, like, no, this person's not going to get there before me type of thing going on. And so there's a lot of, like, bad vibes. Yeah. So, but it's growing, it's developing, there are shops coming out, more shops are, more local fashion stores are embracing African brands. The designers are, and because of social media, the designers are now seeing better ways to do their photo shoots, their presentation, linking up with businesses in and out of Ghana. So it's like, it's still growing, but it's just that there's still a lot of eager to be the first person to do something, that sort of vibe.
What actually makes me happy is that most of these designers are very young people. Most of them are young, and it impresses me a lot. Now let's touch on, do you think the fashion industry in Ghana has limited attention? Does it really have the attention it should be given?
Attention from?
From maybe the society, government?
Well, from government, the attention is literally horrible. From society, I think the attention is a little limited, but I don't like to blame society. I think the efforts from designers to reach society is also limited. I mean, 95% of our designers are Instagram designers. If you try and find any promotion of them outside Instagram, you won't find it. You won't be driving around and you'll see a billboard from a fashion designer here. You won't be walking in town and a fashion designer is handing you flyers. The only thing they do is a shop and Instagram. So in a sense, if someone is not browsing Instagram, how do they know about you? And when you're browsing Instagram, you're seeing 100 other designers. So I don't think it's really the public's fault, because we see a lot of people who wear African print, you know, which means that people are trying to make effort to wear local. But I just feel like there could be a lot more done by the designers to really captivate, you know. I mean, even our celebrities, if it's not a red carpet, they're not dressing you, you know. So I think there can be a lot more done by our Ghanaian designers to let the public know that we want to sell it to you. Yeah.
Impressive. And when it comes to the government support aspect, what do you say?
Well, personally, I don't think there's enough. I don't know, maybe, because I'm not someone who, I came in with the mentality to rely on the government, so I don't even make the effort. Maybe there are some people who are getting money from them, I don't know. But I do know that the daughter of Akufo-Addo has a shop called The Lot, you know, which is a very expensive shop. So I think maybe there is some support in the fashion industry, but I don't know. I have not.
Wait. Am I the only one who heard that, or someone else did?
Your cameraman heard it too.
Impressive. Okay, that's very fine. But can you? Are you the only one? How many are you on the team?
Oh, I mean, as far as planning, there's me and my assistant director, but it's like, I don't feel like I need to be around the team every day. So for example, we have the production guy. When it's time for production, we call him. He's not in our office. He's not around us. When it's time for the event, he comes on board. We have the people who deal with our social media. When the show is coming close, they get on board. We have the lady who deals with the staff, from the ushers and, you know, whatever. So it's like, it's usually when it's close to the event. I don't feel like this is a team that we need. Accra Fashion Week is once a year. We're busy doing other things for the other six, 7 months. So 5 months to the event, then we start liaising with them. Hey, this is the setup. This is what we want. That's where we want it. Contact them. The people will set up the floor, the grass, the lights, the trusses, everything. And then, so yeah, so we just have like a short amount of people, maybe 4 or 5, where we just plan how the event will go, where it will happen, before we start liaising with the others. So I don't know if I should say it's a team, but it's a service they provide it, and when the time's right, we get them on board.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So just of us who are not models, we are not designers.
Yeah.
If we are more concerned about the after package. Is that going to be eating, drinking?
Yeah, we've got. So that's another thing. We've got Jameson's. It's a company. I think it's. I don't want to say the name wrong, but they have a few brands under them. It's Jameson's, the Chivros. I'm bad with it. They're going to be providing drinks. So
Drinks.
yeah, so come on. I don't really like having food at fashion shows. Someone's walking down the runway, your cameraman is capturing the event, and someone is snacking on something.
I mean, we can do that after the fashion show. Anyway, that's just by the way. Is it totally free?
No, it's not free.
You will have to buy a ticket for it.
Yes, you have to buy.
How much is a ticket?
A ticket for 1 day is 150 cedis, and 2 days is 250 cedis. Yeah, and VIP is 400.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We'll come back to talk about the tickets. I mean, you should have your budget as in mind before attending the show. So let's go on a quick time. We come back. The show continues.
Announcements on Adoatv. Contact Adoatv for your general announcements, proclamations and publications, job vacancies, etc. at a very affordable rate. Call 05092 57754 020 9494 258 or visit our marketing desk at the work premises. Adoatv, bringing good things to life.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying, so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with RwandAir today. RwandAir, the safest airline in Africa.
Rwanda, fly the dream of Africa.
Welcome from the commercial break, and thanks for being with me. If you just joined me, this is the other show on Adoatv, and we are talking about the ever biggest fashion show in Ghana, Accra Fashion Show. And with me here is the organizer who was talking about the tickets. Unisika. Let's talk. You will know how you will have to go about your budget. Welcome once again.
Thank you for having me on once again.
So you were talking about the tickets before we went on break. Can you please touch on that again?
Okay, so the tickets are 150 for 1 day, 250 for the whole fashion week, and 400 cedis for VIP. And you can get them at Nalem Shop in Accra Mall, You can get them at the Fashion Ghana shop in Circle, Adabraka. Yvonne X building in Spintex, and the shop Accra in Osu. Yeah.
Interesting. Now let's touch on how many days the show is going to be. Is it 3 days as we see in the promo video?
Yeah, so it's actually 2 days worth of fashion shows, which is the Saturday and Sunday, but there are some pre-activities that will happen. So on the 9th, we're going to have the welcome party for the foreign guests and everything. The venue will be disclosed very soon, but that's for the VIPs. Then on the 10th, we're going to have the seminar where we're going to be speaking to people about e-commerce and fashion and creatives. And if you have a small business and you're one of the first 20 people to enter, or we might increase it 30 people, you might get an e-commerce website built for you for free. Yeah, so that's the seminar. So if you arrive on time, you could get you could be whatever you're selling, whether it's bags or whether even you have a service business like a salon. If you're one of the first 20 people to enter, we're going to create an e-commerce platform for you for free. That's on behalf of our partner Paypeka. And then the following days, which is the 11th and 12th of December, that's when the runway action kicks off.
That's when the runway action kicks off. So please, the first day, is a party for
the VIPs.
Did you hear that? VIP like us. So your the main day for the designers and then the fashion lovers will be that Saturday and Sunday.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. So I would like to end our conversation, but before then, let me ask you, what are you telling viewers at home? How are you going to convince someone at home to attend this fashion show? What do you stand to gain as a fashion lover when you attend the show and all that?
Well, if you're a fashion lover, one thing is that you obviously have to pay attention to what's going on. It's like going to someone right now and talking about, hey, have you heard that new Azonto sound? Is really amazing. There's this new rapper who is doing it. His name is Sarkodie. The person will look at you like, where have you been living all these years? That's what's happening when you tell someone you are trendy and you're wearing something and you think it's really hot, and fashion people are like,
that's new shorts, but someone actually told me I'm wearing a raincoat this morning.
What you're wearing is lovely.
Oh my god. Oh.
I mean, the thing is style is universal, but at least what happens is you get to see what you didn't expect and something that can influence your style. I mean, there's no real rules because I believe you should be free with how you want to dress and style yourself. But if you want to score points, it's always good to come there. And it's also good because this is where you are going to see the future Gucci's, the future Versace's, the future Dolce & Gabbana's. You know, they were all one small brands. You know, Stoneboy, Shatawale, Sarkodie, they were all one small artist. You know, and this is where the birth of our future of the industry is going to be. So it's like, if you want to be ahead, and if you love fashion, and if you love style, and even if you just want to mingle and meet people of that nature, this is where you need to be. You know, if you want to, you know, fine tune your circles, that's where you need to be.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. I enjoyed the conversation. And then, if you want to meet people like me, before Christmas comes on board, let's first celebrate Accra Fashion Week. I'm going to be there. Dignitaries are coming. Fashion lovers, models. Where else do you want to be? X Mineral Water and Venom Mineral Water is making this possible. The name is Ash Colors. Meet me same time here next week. Stay safe.